Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Today we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 31, verse number 48. So let's begin with Jai Radha Madhav Kirtan. Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jai Radha Madhava कुंज विहारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरनाथ जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरनाथ यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजन यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजन यमुना तीरावनचारि यमुना तीरावनचारि जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जय प्रभुपदा 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 जिल प्रभुपदा जय गुरुदेव गुरुदेवा 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 जिल प्रभुपाद की जय। Samavita Bhakta Zindagi Jai. All glories to somebody devotees Hare Krishna. All glories to somebody devotees Hare Krishna. All glories to somebody devotees Hare Krishna. All glories to Shri Guru and Gauranga. Shri Prabhupada ki Jai. I welcome all the devotees on the Zoom and in person that have come and have so much eager to hear Srimad Bhagavatam class. And today's verse is chapter from Canto 3, chapter 31, verse number 48. ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। 3:31:40 संयोग दर्शन्य बुद्ध्या संयोग दर्शन्या बुद्ध्या योग वैराग्य युक्तया योग वैराग्य युक्तया माया विरचित लोके माया विरचित लोके चरणे यस्य कलेवरम् चरणे यस्य कलेवरम् संयोगदर्शन्या बुद्ध्या योगवैराग्ययुक्तया माया विरचित लोके चरणेन यस्य कलेवरम्. Word to word translation. Samyak darshanya, endowed with right vision, buddhya, through reason, yoga, by devotional service, vairagya, by detachment, yukta, strengthen, maya, virachit, arranged by maya, loke, to this world, correct, on one should move about, nayasya, relegating, kalevaram, the body. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Translation. Endowed with right vision and strengthened by devotional service and a pessimistic attitude towards material identity, one should relegate his body to this illusionary world through his reason. Thus, one cannot be unconcerned with the material world. Purport. It is sometimes misunderstood that if one has to associate with persons engaged in devotional service, he will not be able to solve the economic problems. To answer this argument, it is described here that one has to associate with liberated person not directly, physically, but by understanding through philosophy and logic the problems of life. It is stated here, Samyak Darshanyat Buddhya. One has to see perfectly, and by intelligence and yogic practice, one has to renounce this world. That renunciation can be achieved by the process recommended in the second chapter of the first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. The devotees, the devotee's intelligence is always in touch with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. His attitude towards the material existence is one of detachment, for he knows perfectly well that this material world is a creation of illusory energy. Realizing himself to be part and parcel of the Supreme Soul, the devotee discharges his devotional service and is completely aloof from material action and reaction. Thus, at the end, he gives up his material body or the material energy, and as pure soul, he enters the kingdom of God. Thus, end the Bhakti Vedanta purport of the third canto, 31st chapter of the Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled Lord Kapila's Instruction on the Movement of the Living Entities. So I'll recite translation again. Endowed with right vision and strengthened by devotional service, and a pessimistic attitude towards material identity, one should relegate his body to this illusory world through his reasons. Thus, one can be unconcerned with this material world. So I'll recite Mangalacharan prayers. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरोन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं सागरजातां सहगना रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपदान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। मुकुं करोति वाचालं मंगुं लंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरो दीनतारिणं परमानन्दं माधवं श्रीचैतन्येश्वरं। Hare Krishna. I seek blessings of all the devotees, even though I don't have any realization, any qualification, but by the blessings of devotees, Guru and Krishna, I hope that I can glorify Srimad Bhagavatam and Krishna. Hare Krishna. So, after reading this verse today, one thing was coming in my mind that who is speaking these verses? Lord Kapila Dev is speaking these verses. And who is hearing these verses? Mother Devahuti is hearing all this discussion which is given to her by Lord Kapila. So, what is the relationship between Kapila Muni and Mother Devahuti? So, the relation between them is of spiritual master and a disciple. Kapila Muni is on the position of spiritual master, and Mother Devahuti is in the position of his disciple. And what instruction he is giving to Mother Devahuti? He is giving that how by strengthening our devotional service and with the right vision, we can, with our pessimistic attitude, we can come out of the entanglement of this material world. So when we hear this verse, that when we hear this, that okay, devotional service, we have to strengthen our devotional service, not just perform devotional service, strengthen our devotional service. How we can strengthen our devotional service? If we do same thing, I was speaking this last time, if we do same thing again and again, we'll have the same result. If we perform devotional service as just an activity, we will not able to strengthen our devotional service. We have to perform our devotional service not just an activity, but with proper consciousness. And how will get proper consciousness and how will get right vision to see this material world as just the cause of entanglement? Will get by the mercy of Guru, like how Mother Devahuti is receiving these instructions from Kapila Muni. And how will get the mercy of Guru? Again, what Mother Devahuti did to get the mercy of Kapila Dev, she humbly inquired from Kapila Muni that I am Jai Shri Shri Radha Gopi Janavallabh Nitai Patita Pawan Gaura Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. She inquired that she has wasted her life in sense enjoyment and she is so much regretful of that. And then she wanted to know what is the purpose of her life. And then when she inquired very humbly and with full of surrender mood, then Kapila Muni started giving instruction. Kapila Muni was there even before she inquired, but Kapila Muni did not speak anything. But when she inquired with a humble mood, with full surrender, Kapila Muni started giving the secrets, the most confidential knowledge, which anybody can get. Why this is most confidential knowledge? Because this verses can be read by anyone, but the realization of these verses is very hard. The realization of this knowledge will be very hard. It will be theoretically everybody of us know that we are not this body, we are spirit soul. But realizing that is very hard. If we know we are not this body, we are spirit soul, and if someone comes and slap us on our face, especially speaking about myself, I should not get angry at all, and I should think that this person is just slapping my body, and I don't have anything to do with this body. I am spirit soul. My only purpose is to perform devotional service to Krishna. Everything else is waste of time. That is that should be my mood. If I actually realize that I am not this body, I am spirit soul. But what will I do? I'll take it on my ego and I will start cursing that person. Even if externally I might not show anything, internally I'll get disturbed. That means that I am not on this soul platform. I'm still on the mental or bodily platform. Even if externally I control, I try to tolerate, but internally, if I get disturbed, then I have so long way to go. But how will get this? How will get this knowledge? Just by reading this will not get this knowledge. We'll theoretically know, but realization, how? By the mercy of again Guru. By the mercy of Guru, when we surrender Guru with this, with humble mood to inquire, when he starts speaking, then we'll start relishing, and it will start changing our heart. We have many examples in the past. What did Sanatan Goswami asked Chaitanya Mahaprabhu when he first met him? He bowed down to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, folded his hand, and he asked, "My dear sir, who am I, and why I am kept in this miserable position of life?" So he inquired these two questions: What is the purpose of my life? Who am I? And why I am put in this miserable condition? And when Parikshit Maharaj met Sukadev Goswami or all the sages at the bank of river Ganga, what did he ask? He asked, "What should I do now? My death is very near. What is my purpose? What should I do? How can I get rid of the entanglement of this material attachment?" And then when Dhruv Maharaj met Narad Muni for the first time, what did he ask? He asked, Narad Muni was trying to pacify Dhruv Maharaj in so many ways. Narad Muni was saying, why you want to go out and do perform this tapasya, austerity? You know how tough it is to please Lord Vishnu. You will, he was saying that so many yogis keep on doing meditation for so many lifetimes. Even then, he will not be pleased. You are just a small kid with 5 years old. How will you please Lord Vishnu? So and it is very difficult to do austerity in the forest. You will not get food to eat. You will be in the cold. You will have to only be on deer skin, or even if sometimes the deer skin is not available, you should just have to be on the coping. It will be very difficult. It is why do you want to leave your palace? You will get nice food to eat. Even you might not get this kingdom, but at least you will get nice food to eat. You will get very comfortable life to stay. Why do and this process is done by old people. You are very young. Why you want to do this process to attain Vishnu? So this kind of things Narad Muni was saying. We see nowadays in today's world also people will say, you are very young, why you are doing this? This is like when you become old, you have to do devotional service. This is for old people. When you are young, you have to enjoy your life. Same thing Narad Muni was saying to Dhruv Maharaj at that time. But Dhruv Maharaj was very much determined. Narad Muni just wanted to test his determination. So he was saying all these things. Then Dhruv Maharaj was saying that I am whatever you are saying, I am not able to take it because I am very angry. I don't want to go there. Even if I am determined to get a kingdom greater than my grandfather. I just don't want my kingdom. He said because Narad Muni was saying Uttanapad. No, yeah, Uttan. Yeah, Uttanpad is my disciple. I'll tell him to give half of his kingdom to you, and I will. You don't have to do so much austerity for Vishnu. I'll go. I'll just tell him, and he will give you. Then Drumara said, "What half kingdom? I don't even want his kingdom. I don't even want kingdom of Brahma. Now I am determined to get a kingdom which is greater than Brahma's kingdom." That was its determination. Then Narad Muni was saying, why you are so much determined to get Brahma's planet greater than Brahma? You know, everything will happen by the karma. If it's there in your karma, you don't have to do this much severe austerity also. You will get it. If it's not there in your karma, you will not get it. So you should be just satisfied. You be happy looking at your brother getting this kingdom. You have to be satisfied, and if you are satisfied, you will be you will be very happy and peaceful in your life. If you are not satisfied, then you will always be miserable. Then Dhruv Maharaj was saying, this is good knowledge for Brahmana. I actually appreciate you. This knowledge will help others, but I don't want this knowledge. I cannot take it because I am Kshatriya. If I am determined, I am determined. I want a kingdom which is greater than Brahma. Then Narad Muni was very pleased with Dhruv Maharaj. And then Dhruv Maharaj asked, if you can tell me how I can attain Vishnu, so that I will speak with you. Otherwise, you take your route, I'll go my way. So then when Drumara said like this, that with full determination that I only want to please Vishnu, then Narad Muni was pleased, and he was so much astonished seeing this small child, 5 years old child, having so much of this Kshatriya quality, and he has so much determination. And then Narad Muni instructed Dhruv Maharaj on Ashtanga Yoga, and after performing according to the instruction of Narad Muni, Dhruv Maharaj attained Lord Vishnu just in 6 months. So wherever you see, whether it is Dhruv Maharaj, whether it is Parikshit Maharaj, whether it is Mother Devahuti, or whether it is Sanatan Goswami, whoever you see, they they wanted to please. They met their guru in very humble mood, and they inquired how to come out of this material existence. Even though Dhruv Maharaj inquired to how to get material gain, but still Narad Muni intelligently instructed Dhruv Maharaj so that he can perform that whatever instruction Narad Muni gave. When he applied that instruction properly, his heart changed. And because his heart changed, he instead of getting this planet and all whatever he material gained, he was saying Lord Vishnu that I was only looking for broken piece of glass, but I got the diamond. Now I don't need anything. So ultimately his material attachment, his attachment to the material world also got vanished. So Guru, if we somehow or other can surrender Guru, our material attachment will be taken away by him, and right vision, which is there in this translation, that right vision will be bestowed upon us, and that strength to perform devotional service, our devotional service will be strengthened only by the mercy of Guru. That attitude is very difficult to get on our own, because ultimately who are we are here, as Shaman Krishna Prabhu said, that we are Pap Yoni. We are here, we don't even know what we do. We don't have any control on anything, but still we think because of our ego and because of our envy and because of our anarthas, we think we are the doers. But actually, who are we? We are just puppets in the hands of the three modes, and three modes is controlled by Maya. We have to come out of this. And how a puppet can come out of the entanglement? Only if somebody cut that ropes of the puppet will become free. And who can cut the ropes? No one. We don't have strength at all. We cannot even breathe on our own. We cannot even have ability to know what is going on the next moment, what will be going on in the next moment. We cannot even control anything, any disaster which going to happen in our life. We cannot even control the power of time. So who are we are just a puppets. And how can we get free from the ropes, from the puppeteer, which is Maya? Only by the mercy of Guru. Then mercy of Krishna will come, mercy of devotees. And how will get that mercy? First of all, by humbly surrendering them. And how we can humbly surrender them? It's very easy to say again. As I said, this is very confidential knowledge, and this realization will not, by theory, we all know that, yeah, we have to surrender, humbly surrender. We see all the examples we have to do. But because just realizing it is very tough, and how we can realize it? Again, by the mercy of devotees and by mercy of Guru only, we can realize it. So what we should do now, at least theoretically, we know that this is the process. And if we keep hearing again and again, again and again, again and again, it's like beating our mind with shoe. How, like Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur say, in the morning, beat your mind with shoe, in the evening, beat your mind with a broom. And what is that shoe and broom? That is the knowledge coming from Shastra. With that, we can make our mind and intelligence sharp. Not mind, our intelligence sharp. And with that sharp intelligence, we get the we will get the sword or a knife in our hand, and with that sword or knife we can cut our threads from that entanglement of material world. And again, it will come only by the mercy of Guru. And how will get this mercy again? By keep on hearing, keep on hearing, keep on hearing, and keep on associating, keep on reading. So what association means? Association, again, in this purport, Prabhupada is saying that people might think, if we are engaged in devotional service, then how will solve the economic problems of this material world? Then in the argument, Prabhupada is saying that what association means? Association means associating with liberated person not physically, but by understanding through philosophy, which is the scriptures, and logic, which we get again from the scriptures. And then what kind of understanding that the problem, what are the problems of life? We have to understand what are the problems of our lives through philosophy and through scriptures, and then intelligently practice it, how to be practice to renounce this world. So by understanding philosophy and understanding the logic behind the philosophy, we can see perfectly and our intelligence will be sharpened, and by practicing we'll able to renounce this world. So, and then how we can how in Bhagavad Gita, in second chapter or in third chapter, I forgot in which chapter, but Krishna says to Arjuna that by practice and renunciation only we can control our mind. So indirectly, we have here in this purport, Prabhupada is saying renounce this world, and to renounce this world, it's not very easy because we are so much in entanglement now. And then here it is said that the second chapter of the first canto have the process how to renounce the world. And what is said in the second chapter of the first canto? When in the first chapter of the first canto, all the sages are asking the questions. They ask six questions to Sutta Goswami. And in the second chapter, Sutta Goswami answers all the six questions, and then he will explain in detail, in very much detail further. So when he is answering, he's saying that people in this world, if they perform occupation which is not helping them to attain devotional service of Krishna, they are wasting their time. They are wasting their time. They don't know that they are running towards their end without any goal, without any target. They are like they are like blind man running very fast towards the ditch, and without their knowledge, within few moments they will fall in the ditch and they'll die. So without if somebody is performing any action or any karma or any occupation in their life without, which is not yielding them or which is not giving them the love of God or devotional service towards Krishna, then they are wasting their time. Then Sutta Goswami says that to so you have to make in arrangement in your life in such a way that whatever occupation you do, you will get to perform devotional service. And he says that varnashram, when it is divided only because whatever occupation you do, whether you are brahmachari, grahastha, vanaprastha or sannyas, in that whatever brahmana, kshatriya, vaishya, shudra, whatever occupation you do in that, it is designed in such a way that that occupation is directly connected to the devotional service of Krishna. That is why if you perform that perfectly, you will go back to Godhead. That's what Sutta Goswami says. So one way of renouncing this material world is by dovetailing all our occupation in such a way that we can connected with Krishna, not just connected with Krishna by in devotional service, and that connection with Krishna with devotional service will give us this renunciation from the material world. Because when you perform devotional service, you will get grace from Guru and from Krishna, and your intelligence will be sharpened. So spiritual, this devotional service is so great that even an illiterate who doesn't know how to study, scriptures, who doesn't know anything, but by having full faith on the words of Guru, just performing devotional service will give them all the knowledge. When we say this, when we say Shri Guru Charana Padma Kevala Bhakati Sadma, and then we say Guru Mukha Padma Vakya Chitate Koriya Akya or na Koriho Mane Asha. When we say Guru Mukha Padma Vakya, even an illiterate sitting in front of Guru and hearing his instruction and performing whatever instruction he got very sincerely will give the mercy. He will get the mercy. And even though we are not will because of the conditioning from so many lifetimes, maybe from the day one, we will not be sincere. But first, as we say, if at least we'll start with something, at least we'll start with something, and at least somehow or other will try to push, somehow or other will try to push. By hearing, we'll come to know this, that okay, there is nothing in this world, because we are also going through suffering outside. And after going through so much suffering, when we hear this, we'll at least by theoretically we'll come to know there is nothing in this world. And with that theory, if we keep on doing it in the association, and keep on hearing it and keep on doing the devotional service, one day that activity which we are doing will turn into the proper consciousness. And when we start doing with proper consciousness, we'll get the mercy. So that's what Srila Prabhupada is saying. In this again, then the last paragraph of this purport, the devotee's intelligence is always in touch with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. His attitude towards the material existence is one of detachment, for he knows perfectly well that this material world is a creation of illusory energy. And he realizes himself to be the part and parcel of the Supreme Soul. The devotee discharges his devotional service and in complete aloof from material action and reaction. Thus, in the end, he will attain, his soul will become pure and he will attain the kingdom of God. So, by doing this devotional service, devotee's intelligence will become purified, and it will always be in touch with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Then, only then, he will able to be detached from this material world, and then only then he will come to know that anything in this material world is just action and reaction, action and reaction. Whatever you do, you have to get, you have to go through action and reaction. So there is no end. Even this second, whatever we are doing, there is action and reaction. Next moment, action and reaction. Next moment. So 100 years or 50, 60 years of action and reaction. Again, you have to take birth for 50, 60 years. Again, create action and reaction. Again, birth, again, action and reaction. Again, birth, again, action and reaction. Again, birth, again, action and reaction. There is no end. Only when we detach from this material world and do devotional service. Instead of getting karma, sukarma or vikarma, we do akarma. And that akarma will burn all our action and reaction, and we'll go back to God in one day. So this is what I wanted to speak today. Actually, there is one 5 minutes video of this whole chapter uh, and showing what is going on. I want to show that, but it's already late. So maybe next time I'll show that video. But if you go and search in YouTube birth again, death again, there are two videos. Videos of how you will go through birth, how in the womb you will suffer and you'll take the birth. That is 8 minutes video. And then there is 5 minutes video after coming out of the womb, how you will be miserable in when you are in childhood, how you will be miserable when you are youth, how you will be miserable when you are in young age, and how you will be miserable when you are in old age, and how you will again take birth, and again if you were man you will take as a woman, if you were woman you will take as a man, and again you will be miserable, and that goes on until and unless you take the shelter of Srimad Bhagavatam. That is one more 5 minutes video, continuation of that birth video. So that summarizes this whole chapter, 31st chapter of this Canto 3. So if since it's late, I don't want to show. Otherwise, I was planning to show that next time maybe. Yeah. So I want to end here. If anybody have any questions or any discussions, you please.
Yeah, I have a question.
Yeah, yes, please.
I have a question. Prabhu, this was an astonishing class, Prabhu. Astonishing. I was astounded here from the altar. Such an astonishing class, such a conviction, such a devotion. I was really, really inspired and amazing. So, this mercy of Guru that you're speaking means you've gotten the mercy of Guru.
No.
So,
I'm just,
what?
as I said, this is theoretical knowledge. It's so
But
confidential
when you were
knowledge.
speaking it, I was feeling very strongly that you realized. So, this mercy of Guru, that why is it? What is the secret to getting the mercy of Guru all the time? Please enlighten me.
You can speak on this for hours, Proji, but since you asked, whatever I know, I'll speak. As I said in the starting, from the example of Sanatan Goswami, from the example of Parikshit Maharaj, and from the example of Mother Devahuti, how they approach Guru, that is important. And after approaching, what was their mood, that is important. They approached Guru in very humble mood, and said they totally realized they don't have any ability to do anything. Whatever they'll do will only will cause their suffering, is the cause of suffering. So they already know they cannot do anything on their own, and they already realize that they are in miserable condition of this life. This is the first thing. People in today's world, they seek happiness. They don't realize they are going through so much suffering. They seek so much happiness in outside world without realizing that there is no happiness in the outside world. So first of all, you should come to this state that I have tried everything. There is nothing else I can do, and whatever I try, it will only give me suffering. Once you know this, you will able to approach Guru humbly. Otherwise, if you have a alter, if you think that, oh, I have something I can do, then how you will able to approach someone humbly? Because when they say something, you want to counter answer them, you want to counter them, that, oh, I know this thing also, I did not try this, I'll try, and so something like that. You will not be able to humbly surrender. If you think that you can do something, if you know that you don't have any strength to do, you cannot do anything, then only you will humbly surrender to someone. Once you humbly surrender, then you ask these questions, that how why I am put in this miserable condition, what is the purpose of my life, and how should I come out of this life. Then Guru, looking at your humility, looking at your inquisitiveness to inquire about Krishna and come out of this want to self-realize, they will bestow you the mercy with their instruction. And once you know that, yeah, this is only the thing which will help me. I have tried everything, nothing helped me, but this is the only thing. I have to do it, and it will help me to come out of this material world and this material entanglement. Then only with that conviction, if you start, if you follow the instruction of Guru, you will get the mercy of Guru. That is what I can speak, Raji. Please correct me if I spoke anything.
Astonishing, very inspiring class. I pray that you give more and more
No,
inspiring
Prabhu.
classes.
Whatever I heard, I'm speaking, Prabhuji. As I said, this is
I am
confident.
very privileged to hear such a class. Really, I'm really inspired.
I know about me. I know.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Online.
Anybody have any questions online? If no one have any questions, then we'll end here. वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव की जय। शिल प्रभुपाद की जय।
His Grace Rohininandan Prabhu ki jai.
समवेत भक्त हरे कृष्ण।